Well, I think we're almost ready to get our night underway. All of our reunion committee, if you guys could make your way up onto the stage, and also if there is any alumni in the grandstands, feel free to come down and join us on the wall here. So our first awards of the night, the CAA Niagara Dedication to Racing Award. This is something that we started last year, and you can see our first participants, our first inductees, Pat Chofie and Dan Moose Sider, who we all remember very well here at Merrittville Speedway. So tonight we're going to induct two more people onto the Dedication to Racing Award wall. As a kid, Bill Sargent would ride his bike from his home in Fenwick to get to the races. He remained a fan until his son Ken would race in our street stock and pro stock divisions, earning championships along the way. It was about that time that Bill would volunteer his time at the track, helping the vehicle maintenance and track preparation, something he continues to enjoy to this day. And our second CAA Niagara Dedication to Racing Award honoree is another one dedicated to making things work around Merrittville, Howard Schramm. Back in the day, he was involved with drivers such as Al Wagner, Ray McIver, and Rob Pitts. He's been part of the track preparation crew for a number of years and works throughout the week on our track maintenance. Both Bill and Howard will be up here bright and early tomorrow morning, making sure things are ready for next Saturday. So Bill and Howard, if you could make your way up to the stage. A round of applause, please, for our inductees this year. Well, you guys have been a big part of Merrittville Speedway, and if these guys in this grandstands, they don't come here Monday to Friday and see the great work that you guys do, and honestly, a name on a plaque really isn't enough for these two guys. Really, without them, we wouldn't have this great surface that we get to enjoy every Saturday night. Do you guys want to say anything? Of course you do.
Hey, we thank you all for sure, and unexpected. I don't know what to say here. I was at the first race ever held at this racetrack, and it's just been an awesome evolution, or whatever you want to call it, of speed. And we're up, and we're still going. And thank you all very kindly. And here's Howard.
Give it to Howard. The only reason I'm here is because I do it for the love of racing. I'm not a dedicated race person. You very seldom ever see me around at a racetrack, unless you travel. But I appreciate what this means, and it's a lot.
Yes, once again, a round of applause for these two great gentlemen. So that means we are ready to get underway with our El St. Amant Enterprises Wall of Fame inductions tonight. We have two new inductees to add to our wall. As we watch the mod lights race around Merrittville, many of us will remember when the division came to be. That was over 20 years ago. If it wasn't for our El St. Amant Enterprises Wall of Fame inductee tonight, Lee Weber, the class may not have grown in popularity to what we see today. Back in 1997, an evolution was taking place, the mod stock division was fading, and the promoters were looking for a new class to fill the empty slot. This is where Lee Weber and other notable people, such as Jim Varble, as part of the New York State Dwarf Car Association, were making the plea to have a club be part of Saturday nights at Merrittville. The newly formed club had not had a permanent home for racing up until this point. The group of drivers got together with then owners the Irvin family and put on a few demonstration races. In 1998, the dwarf car division was formed, and the club would now have a permanent home on Saturday nights. The cars looked a little different than any of the other divisions, resembling the coupe and coach-style cars of the 1960s, and sounding different as well, with very distinguishable motorcycle engines under the hood. During the off-season, Lee and his wife Rose worked tirelessly to promote the division by holding special events such as family races, schools, and numerous displays. Lee was always promoting the divisions to tracks, other drivers, and fans, striving to continually grow the then dwarf car class. His work paid off, as many nights they would have full field of cars in attendance. In 2000, as the division yet continued to grow, so did Lee's success on the track. Weber was a top competitor every Saturday night in his number 17. I think there's something in that number. Winning numerous feature events, Weber would go on to win his first championship that year. The following year marked Merrittville Speedway's 50th anniversary, and Weber would once again race his way to a championship. When Lee's wife Rose lost her battle with cancer, the Rose Weber Memorial Race was formed on Labor Day weekend, and it quickly became a highlight for Mod Light competitors all across North America. Today, Lee lives in North Carolina with his wife Jerry. Although the Mod Lights of today may not resemble the cars that Lee drove, but if it wasn't for his dedication and love of racing, the Mod Light division may never have existed here at Merrittville. Tonight, the Merrittville Speedway Reunion Committee is proud to induct two-time dwarf car champion Lee Weber to the El Sanamon Enterprises Wall of Fame. So Lee, if you would please join us up on our CAA stage, and we will reveal the plaque that's going to hang here on our El Sanamon Enterprises Wall of Fame. These will be going up in the breezeway so you guys can see them, and also on the wall later on tonight. So if you don't get a good enough chance to see them, you can see them throughout the night for sure.
Congratulations, Lee. You've done good, my friend.
All right, let's turn this over and see. I can see that it's Lee's colors for sure, that white number 17. Pretty nice looking plaque that'll hang up on the wall. So Lee, come over here for a second before we grab a picture. We can grab a few words with you. It's been a few years since you've been here, because as I said, you live in North Carolina now. Tell everybody how you got started in racing, because you got started a little, I don't want to say older, but a little bit later in life than some of our kids that move up from our go-karting ranks.
Yes, I did, but to be honest with you all, I was driving a 1947 Chevy business coupe in a farm field when I was 12, 13 years old. So in a way that helped me in a racing career, for the fact that going sideways in a car was like me. I was more comfortable than I am right now, let me put it that way. But I have to, I'm not good at speeches, pretty good at races, but I want to thank everyone here at Merrittville Speedway for this special honor. It's beyond my expectations to be here today accepting this award. A special thanks to Eric Bicknell for the time to find me in North Carolina to accept this award. Thank you, Eric. And once again, thank to all my fellow racers for making my race experience so much fun. They called me the Donut Man my first year of racing because in turn 4, I kept spinning out, so they nicknamed me Donut Man. So because of that, I tried harder, and I am standing here today, very thankful for thanking you all. And once again, thank Merrittville Speedway. Thank you.
Oh, a very nice speech. Glad that you could make the trip all the way from North Carolina. If you heard the story, it's funny how things work out. So we're very happy that you could be here today with us. And you can step over between our reunion committee members there and have your picture taken. So on to our next inductee. Our second inductee is part of a family spanning 3 generations here at Merrittville Speedway every Saturday night. Tonight's inductee, Neil Sharp, or Grandpa Sharp, as he is known to many around the track, at age 82, still assists his son Ken and grandson Justin on the 8S Sportsman every Saturday. He is not only the crew chief of the 8S, but also the crew chief when it comes to this family's rich racing history. Let's turn back the clock to 1962. The Jalopy division was near its end, and a young driver by the name of Stan Friesen got together with his friend Kurt Ewell and Ewell's then business partner Neil Sharp to build a 1957 Chevy for the new late model division. It was painted green and yellow to reflect the colors of the BP gas station Ewell and Sharp owned together. And then the number 52 was placed on the side. From 1969 to 71, Neil would sponsor Hugh Tripp's number 3. By 71, Stan and Kurt would purchase Merrittville Speedway from the Kavanaugh and Russell families, and Neil Sharp would go on to build a coupe for up-and-coming driver Davey Moore. From 75 to 85, Neil would sponsor Harvey Hayner Jr. and eventually move up to being his car owner from 1990 to 93. In 95 to 98, enter Doug Gordon. The former late model driver teamed up with Sharp to form Sharp Gordon Racing, with Neil and his son Ken wrenching and Doug driving the 8D. Doug would later retire and son Todd would take over the driving duties. Neil and Ken would turn their racing efforts to a family-owned go-kart driven by Neil's grandson Justin. In 2002, the family would put together a mod light for Justin to make his Saturday night racing debut. Then in 2007, the family would make a new purchase to move up to the Sportsman division. In 2009, the family would once again move up to bigger and better things with Justin behind the wheel of a modified. But in 2012, would move back to the familiar family Sportsman, the 8S, as a top competitor. We always say that a family that races together stays together. And this couldn't be more true in respect to the Sharp family. All of them are in attendance, cheering on the family-owned car every Saturday night. And win or lose, they will be back next Saturday. And the relationships that have formed along the way have held strong. Justin and Stan Friesen's grandson, James Michael, remain close friends, along with Todd and Doug Gordon. In fact, the Sharp family and the Gordon family have always parked alongside each other in the pits, and remain to till this day. For 6 decades, Neil Sharp has given so much to racing, and now it's our time to give back and give him a well-deserved spot on the El Sanamon Enterprises Wall of Fame. Well, this sure is a beautiful plaque reflecting all of the cars that Grandpa Sharp has been involved with over the years. So everybody getting a good look at this. Well, good thing there wasn't more cars. I don't know if we'd get them on the plaque. We ran out of room.
Okay, you get in here, Dana. I'll get over here.
So we'll switch spaces. So, what does it mean to you to be inducted into the wall tonight?
A little surprised, but if I didn't have this sore back, I could run around this truck.
Well, we know that. I don't doubt it either. But I think it means a lot to have your family here tonight.
I want them all to be here when I do it again.
Well, congratulations so much. Justin, come on up here for a second. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Like, really, if it wasn't for your grandpa, you probably wouldn't have even ever really got into racing. He was the patriarch of this family.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been around forever, I guess you'd call it. But even back, my dad stopped going for a little bit, and me and my grandpa worked on Doug's forever, and then my dad started coming back, and we bought a car, and we've been going ever since.
Well, and huge part of this team, isn't he? Like, I'm trying to relate to the fans how much of a support system, and really your crew chief. Like, I know crew chief probably isn't the word to say, but I couldn't think of another word that really described it.
Yeah, it is. It would be sorely missed, that's for sure. But he's at the car window every night wishing me good luck, telling me to go give her and who to hit maybe and who not to hit. But he lets me know what's going on.
He's definitely in the know, that's for sure. Well, thanks, Justin. Well, round of applause once again for both of our inductees as well as our CA Niagara inductees. We'll get all of these plaques hanging on the wall, and like I said, they'll be up there for you guys to have a closer look at tonight.